Welcome back to the channel for another video. This week, instead of working under the hood on one of our Subarus, we're just going to be talking and hanging out. So we're going to discuss today what built versus bought means and if it even matters. I saw this term come up a lot in the last couple weeks, and I just feel like we just need a quick refresher of what it means of a built versus bought car. And like I said, does it even matter? So we'll talk about that in today's video. Let's go. So, as you guys know, if you have been following the channel, we have been building two cars on here for the better part of, the 22 we got brand new in 22. We got the STI last year. We've put a lot of work into these cars, and this is basically how they sit now. So, what is a built car and what is a bought car? Because technically, everyone buys the car, and everyone kind of builds it to their own spec. But what does that terminology actually mean in the community and the aftermarket world? So what it actually means is people like to put other people down if they buy a car that already has a lot of parts on it. So if one of these cars were ever sold, they would be considered a bought car because you bought them with all the parts already installed, and it's basically a turnkey race car, basically 500 horsepower E85 WRX. And I mean, this one's not race at all, but it sounds pretty race with an external wastegate. So if one of these cars were sold and bought, they would probably be considered a bought car, not a built car. But another thing that a lot of people forget is just because you have money and you buy a factory car, if you drop that car off at a shop, pick it up 8 months later with all of the parts on it, and you've done absolutely nothing except swipe your card, that is a bought car. That's not a built car. There is a misconception in the industry that if you're the first person that owns the car and mods it, that it's a built car. No, no, no. It's bought if you drop the car off at a shop and picked it up 8 or 9 months later, and it's like, oh, here's my car. It's like, yeah, you bought it. You bought it just like that. You swiped your card. You had someone put everything on for you, do all the work for you, and now you have a perfectly running and driving car. So at the end of all of this, does it really matter? No, it doesn't matter, because it's cool to see all the builds come out for all these makes and models and stuff. It really doesn't matter if a shop built it or if a customer built it. But at the end of the day, if you had a shop completely build your car, like you don't even have a wrench, the car's bought. It's not built. Just because you were the owner that bought all of the parts, if you just dropped the car off at a shop and everything is just done, you just pick it up 8, 9 months later, you bought it. It's not built. I'm sorry, but that's what it is. But there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you need to do to get the car to the spec that you want, there's nothing wrong with that. But there is something wrong with it if you bought your car like that and then start ragging on people that actually build it because they say it's a cookie cutter build or something like that. Cookie cutter is also it's supposed to, people think it's a bad term. It's really not a bad term. Sorry that a company like ETS created a turbo kit. I didn't have to go get a custom one or anything. They've already ironed out all the kinks. They send you the parts, you install them all yourself. There's nothing wrong with having off-the-shelf parts and putting it on your car. Those parts, a lot of those parts are ironed out, and they come with instructions, and you can install it yourself. And then all that you usually need is just someone to remote in and calibrate the car to the parts that you have. So there is nothing wrong with a cookie cutter build or buying parts off the shelf. You don't need everything custom. And if everything is on your build custom and you don't own a welder, you bought your car. You didn't build it. I'm sorry to say that, but that's just what it is. Looking at both these cars, I would kind of say they're kind of both cookie cutter, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I'm running a Cobb intake, a Cobb intercooler with a radium fuel system that we had to plumb ourselves, in an AOS. You can basically buy all of this stuff off the shelf, bolt it on, and then you just need someone to remote in and tune the car. Same with our 22 WRX over here. I mean, we have an off-the-shelf turbo kit, front mount intercooler, AOS. I mean, you buy it and you bolt it on. I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing that because you're doing all the work yourself. You're not going to a shop and just dropping it off and then just picking it up 8 or 9 months later and it's like, boom, there's my build. So we, as you can see here, we have the STI trans back there. Everything is fully hooked up DC-CD. So both these cars have been built by hand with these hands to get these cars up to their spec. Now, I might get a bunch of hate for making and posting this video because it is a very controversial topic, but I mean, it is what it is. Facts are facts. If you don't like the facts, I mean, we'll probably see in the comments who is loudest, but we'll see once that happens. But that's basically all I want to talk to you guys on this episode. We still have our hubs and everything back here. I did talk to my alignment guy, and he basically recommended that we do not install the bump steer correction kit before we lower the car. So I am waiting on the next sale so I can buy some coilovers because, I mean, I'm not in any rush to build any of these cars, and if I can wait like a month or so and get $200-300 off, I have no problem waiting like a month or two to get everything installed. But we have a lot of work left to do on the STI. We haven't done any of the bearings on the car, so I really want to, as you see over there, I really want to do the front bearings, the ball joints and everything, and I really want to get this car lowered. I do have this car entered for Boxer Fest, so I'm really excited to bring this car up to Pennsylvania. So we'll see if I have the coilovers by then. I really hope they go on sale before, I mean, I think Boxer Fest is the end of September. So I think I'll have everything done that I want to have done to the car before then. And I've one like wish that I want to do before Boxer Fest. I'm not sure if it's actually going to get done, but we'll talk about that in another episode. But until next time, see you guys. All right, so it's been a few days since I filmed this video, and I'm honestly laughing through some of these edits that I'm editing through. All the information is true. There's definitely a misconception in the aftermarket car community that just because you're the first owner of the car and you bought parts, that doesn't mean that the car is built. I mean, if you drop the car off at a shop and the only progress or updates that you have on your build is a picture that the shop sends you and maybe some information the shop told you, the car is bought. It's not built. At the end of the day, it really doesn't matter, but you shouldn't be going around saying, oh, like my car's built, not bought, and all you did was pull your credit card out and swipe it. And I mean, most of the time, if that happens, the only thing that the customer changes is the wheels, because everything else is already done. But hey, to each their own. I like going in the garage and building my cars because if someone asks me a question, I can answer it. I did the whole swap for the transmission. I've installed the turbo kit on the VBWRX. So, I mean, I have a wealth of knowledge because I did it. Someone didn't tell me what they did. So that's all I got for on this one. Until next week, see you guys.